Welcome to DHalo's tutorial on how to make cutscenes. First of all, you need a couple of things. Quick access to Gorilla and Sapien. Not really, I don't think you really need Gorilla that much, but you need to be able to open Sapien. Probably won't need to close it ever again either. And you also need the string list editor. If you don't have it, go get it from halomaps.org. But if you do, have it ready for later. Okay, first we want to open up Sapien and open up the map you're going to be using to make the cutscene. I'm using tutorial, and I saved it as cutscene tutorial, that scenario. Okay, first you want to go to camera points under mission game data, and you want to just type in name cut 1 and make the field of view 70. Usually these boxes will be empty when you do this. I'm just making them 0 for show because they're about to be filled in anyway. Okay, have your camera positioned where you want your first camera point to be, where you want your cutscene to start out, and hit the space bar. Hit the space bar. There we go. When you see those black bars, you know it worked. Now, move forward a bit. The maximum is pretty much this much. If you want to use my script, it may now work if you make it long distances, I don't know, but just let go of the middle button on your mouse and hit space again, and we'll go over here facing over there. Hit space again. You pretty much get the gist of it. The green arrow shows you where the camera's going to be pointing, so yeah. Move forward again, here, move it over here, and then I'll move it up here and spin it around, so in the progress of moving from that camera point to here, it'll spin around. Neat. Alright, now all these are named Cut 1. Bad. So let's rename them in order. Cut 1, Cut 2, Cut 3, you get the point. So just do that. 6 of them. Sometimes you'll have 60 of them, like I did when I was doing a run through of Blood Gulch. There was about 60 camera points. So, now that we have those done, let's take a look at the script I made for the tutorial. I have a shortcut to Halo Custom Edition, thank God. Data, levels, test. I put mine in tutorial. If you're doing a map called Gyrophobia, which I doubt you are, you'd go there. Tutorial, scripts, cutscene. I named mine cutscene, and I also gave it the startup cutscene. I put begin in there because I felt like it. Cornman said that you don't need it. So let's start off our cinematic with cinematic start, obviously. Then we're going to give control to the camera. With camera control run, 1. Sorry. Camera set will take the camera and put it at that camera point. So camera set cut 1, which is the name of our first cutscene, or cutscene camera point, and let's give it 100. I have no idea what the number stands for, but I put 100 because that seems to work well. Then sleep for 50, then cut to 100, sleep for 50, and I just cut and paste down to 6. I had 7 in the last one, so I just got rid of that. Now, we put camera control 0, so it's back to the player. Cinematic set title. Now, if you do not want camera title, cutscene titles, chapter titles, just skip that. Skip sleep 275. You just want to get rid of those 2 highlighted lines, and just put cinematic stop and close off the script. You're done. It's that simple. But if you want chapter titles, go back into Sapien. Okay, new instance. Select it. Let's name it tutorial. Okay, leave those 4 boxes alone there. String index we'll get to. But if you want to make your cutscene, if you want your string, we're going to be using the string list editor. If you want your string list to just have 1 string, which is the one you're using, just leave it at 0. I mean, if there's going to be 3 and you want to use the third one, make it 2. Whatever. Justification, right. Text color, I'd recommend white. So there's that. And leave the shadow color black, unless you want your words to be a little bigger. Then also make it white. These both have to be 255, no matter what, or they won't show up. Then fade in time works good for me is 2 fade in, uptime 8, and fade out 2. That works well with my script. If you check out my chapter title tutorial, it's located somewhere on Gearbox. It must have gotten kicked back to the 2nd or 3rd page. But you'll know how to calculate your own fade in, fade out, and uptime seconds to match a good time in the sleep. It'll calculate well. So what we'll do is we'll save this scenario. We will compile. Actually, if you save your script like this, you wanna, well, let's just do this. Cinematic set title, we call it tutorial because we named it tutorial. If you take a look here, tutorial. Good. If this was Bob, you'd want that to be Bob. You want it to sleep for 275 if your uptime is 282. If you want something else, then go to Gearbox. Actually, I'll locate it for you right now, and I'll just pop in there, leave it open for a couple seconds so you can take a screen capture or something, or pause it to calculate them on your own. As you can see, the pictures aren't showing up very well because I'm in recording. Oh look, something was cancelled. Whippity-doo. Alright, let's scroll through the 3 pages. Hopefully it's still there. Most likely it's on the 3rd page if it still exists. Doesn't exist. Alright, so let's do a search. Chapter title. There we go. My tutorial, yay. Okay. Here is the formula for making that. And just pause the recording if you want to use it. But once you're done, we'll get out of here. And we'll do this. So we'll compile the scripts because our script is done, even though it's not successful yet. Save your scenario. Close Sapien. You will need Gorilla. Open up Gorilla and open up the scenario file for the map you were just editing. And scroll all the way down to the bottom once it's open. All the way down. Now, as you notice, we see our added cutscene title here, but there's a couple of, I don't know, boxes here that we didn't see before. This one is the important one, in-game help text. Now we need to go into our string list editor. Open it up. There we go. Now, add an item. We'll name it whatever you want. Whatever you want to show up in the chapter title, I'll just put tutorial. Since I only put one string in there, it's 0, like we set in Sapien. You can reset it in Gorilla if you need to. And save it as a Unicode string list. In the folder. It doesn't have to be in the folder, but it makes everything easier. So save it in there. Then close string list editor. Go back into Gorilla. In-game help text. And it opens up right to our tutorial already, so that's why it's easier. And just select your Unicode string list. Save the map in Gorilla. Close it, and I'll go into Halo Custom Edition. I made a batch file. I'll make a batch file to do this. Text document. Tutorial. See tutorial for cutscene tutorial.bat. Make a bat file if you want to. Otherwise, just use command prompt. Tool build cache file. Tutorial. Okay, I don't know if my spaced one will work, but let's hope it will. I'll just run my bat file. Let me try that again. Pause. What's wrong? Yeah, alright, I'm gonna have to rename that. Cutscene tutorial. No space. That'll work. Alright, yeah, there we go. So, let's let it build. Once it's done, just close it up. And let's load up Halo Custom Edition to see what happened. Actually, what happens. Alright. I hope this will not be too large when I make the tutorial. I hope the video is not too large. This won't take too long because I don't have that many VAPs yet. So, don't worry, I'm not stopping it because of that. Because it'll only take another couple seconds to load. I personally don't know if this will work because this is the second cutscene I've made. Only made one. Edited it up a little bit, but hopefully the same thing applies. If not, then I have to make a whole new tutorial. Let's load up the game. And you want to get rid of that menu by hitting F2, and apparently our cutscene's working pretty well. Follows the same path that we set, and respond. Can't move though. As you notice, the tutorial's sitting there, and it'll fade away, and so will cutscene. And now you have control. Everything's hunky dory. Appears to have been made. I'd like to thank the Cornman for helping the community with cutscenes. I'd like to, in a way, thank 9mm Man and Polar Bear because they both helped me figure out how to make cutscenes in the first place. Even though I'm kind of ticked about 9mm Man releasing the scripting tutorial and Cornman leaving Prometheus team. But anyways, those are my thank yous. And I hope you have a good time figuring out how to do more complex stuff with cutscenes. If you do, please help me, because I have no idea what to do. That's all I know about cutscenes, and have a good day, night, whatever. Have a good life, whatever. But hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you in the forums.